Dear students, a very good morning to all. Before going to today's topic, before going to start, I want to say thanks to the students who are giving many likes and comments, and a big thanks to my subscribers. And let's move to the topic. Okay, today we are going to discuss about new topic. What is that? Chlorophyll and photosynthesis. We all know that chlorophyll is also one of the essential material for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, we discussed many things, the relationship between air and photosynthesis, water and photosynthesis. Like that, today we are going to discuss about chlorophyll and photosynthesis. In the days which belongs to engine house, not only what engine house proposed, he told that during the process of photosynthesis, oxygen gas is liberating when the plants are in the presence of bright sunlight. Later, not only that experiments, he also conducted several experiments and he proposed some information regarding photosynthesis. What is that information? Only green parts of plants able to carry the process of photosynthesis. Able to carry the process of photosynthesis. What parts? Only green color parts of a plant undergo the process of photosynthesis. After 4 decades, the work done by two scientists called as Pelletier and Cavanto. Pelletier and Cavanto, after 4 decades of engine house proposition, in the year, these two scientists, they worked hard to know about the chlorophyll. And they isolated, by their hard work, they are capable to isolate, they get succeed in their work in the year 1817, and they isolated the green color substance from leaves. They extracted, they separated the green color substance and they named it as chlorophyll. What is the meaning of chlorophyll? Chlorophyll means a green color leaf. Green leaf is called as chlorophyll, and they named that green substance as chlorophyll. Okay. After this, and they also confirmed that they just told not only the green parts of the plant, other than green, some other colors, pigments also able to perform the process of photosynthesis. They confirmed that. By that we may understand not only green parts, some other pigments present in the plants also capable to undergo the process of photosynthesis. By seeing different plants, different animals and different birds which are in the green color, they get this doubt. Only green color parts of plant are able to undergo the process. That's why they conducted many experiments on the chlorophyll, and finally they revealed that not only green color, other color pigments. If we take a croton plant, in the croton plant we are able to see different color leaves, and that different color leaves also capable to perform the process photosynthesis. And at the same time, most of the plant leaves at the starting stage, they are not in the green color. They looks red in color, thick red in or brown in color. Such kind of leaves also undergo the process of photosynthesis. What about birds and certain organisms which are green in color? No, they didn't undergo the process of photosynthesis. This was confirmed by two scientists called as Pelletier and Cavanto in the year 1817. Okay. After 6 decades of the work of Pelletier and Cavanto, 6 decades later, in the year 1883, the scientist named as Julius von Sachs. Julius 1 sacs. What he identified, what is the work? Up to this year, the people don't know the exact location of the chlorophyll. They know about some information about chlorophyll, but they don't know about exact location. And the scientist Julius Van Sachs, he find the exact location of the chlorophyll. Okay, and before this year, most of the scientists, they thought that the chlorophyll is just present throughout the cell, but it is not true. It is not correct, and it was proved the chlorophyll is present inside the cell. Inside the cell in a special cell organelle called as chloroplast. Means the chlorophyll is present inside a cell organelle. What is the cell organelle name? Chloroplast. Chlorophyll is present only inside chloroplast. That was discovered by Julius Van Sachs. And they have interest to know more about this chlorophyll and chloroplast. But it is not very easy to separate the chloroplast from the cell. Then a scientist named as Daniel I. Erner. Daniel I. Erner in the year 1954. In the year 1954, he just separated that chloroplast from the leaf in a gentle manner. But before him, many scientists tried to separate the chloroplast, but it is not an easy task. Whenever we broke up the cell, that time along with the chloroplast, along with the cell, the chloroplast is also broken up into smaller pieces. But he did that in a gentle manner with a lot of patience. What is his name? Daniel I. Erner. He separated the chloroplast from the leaf, and it leads to know about the chloroplast, what are the reactions and what are the events occurs in the chloroplast. We know by the work of Daniel I. Erner. Okay, and let us start a discussion on transverse section of chloroplast. This chloroplast is one of the cell organelle present inside a plant cell. Okay, plant cell only contain plastids. Different varieties of plastids are present inside the plant cell. What are that? Like chloroplast, chromoplast, leucoplast. Already you studied in your 9th class. Okay, and today we are going to discuss about one of the most important plastid, that is chloroplast. And this chloroplast is named as chloroplast by a scientist, Schimper. He coined the name chloroplast. And the shape of the chloroplast, size of the chloroplast, number of chloroplast, it varies from one organism to another organism. For example, if you take lower organisms like unicellular animal and lower organisms, they have only less number of chloroplast per cell. If you take a chlamydomonas as example, it has only one chloroplast for one cell. If we talk about cara and somewhat higher animals, it is more in number. Okay, and the shape also vary from one organism to another organism. In some organisms it is round in shape, in some cup shape, in some horseshoe shape, and in some organisms it is also present in the shape of a ribbon. Okay, in most of the higher plants it is in ovule shape. Okay, and whenever we talk about the chloroplast, we have to remember the word. It is a cell organelle, membranous cell organelle. It is made up of many membranes. The chloroplast is made up of 3 membranes. Chloroplast is made up of 3 membranes. What are that 3 membranes? If we talk about that, outer membrane, middle membrane, inner membrane. The outer membrane is very soft and it is permeable. It allows everything into the cell. And the inner membrane, it is also smooth and it is selectively permeable. It selects the needed substances to come in and to exit. Okay, that is the function of the two membranes present in the chloroplast. In the middle one also present, and it also give protection to the chloroplast. Okay, if we talk about different kinds of chloroplast, the chloroplast, it contains a pigment. We all know that pigment is called as chlorophyll. Here in the nature, we may find about 7 types of chlorophylls. 7 types of chlorophylls which are green in color are present. Okay, like chlorophyll A, B, C, D, E, bacteriochlorophyll and bacterioviridin. Bacteriochlorophyll and bacterioviridin. And at the same time, along with the chlorophyll, another variety of pigments also present. What are that? Like carotenoids and phycobilins. These are also another type of pigments, another type of colored substances present in the plants. And xanthophyll also one of the pigment present in the plants. If we talk about the structure of chloroplast, we all know that it is membranous structure. It is membranous structure made up of 3 membranes. And if we talk about the inner thing, here the inner membrane of the chloroplast, it just invasions like a stacked sac like structure. It just forms stacked sac like structures. This full part is called as granum or grana. Okay, this part what we are calling granum or grana. Okay, inside this granum, it contains the pigment called as chlorophyll. Any kind of chlorophyll, either A or B, C, D, whatever we discussed here. Any type of chlorophyll is present inside this granum, and each sac-like structure, here we are seeing a sac-like structure. Each sac is called as thylakoid. Okay, each sac is called as thylakoid. The sac-like structure, which is by the joining of thylakoids formed structure, is called as granum. Okay, now the fluid filled region of this chloroplast is called as stroma. What is stroma? The fluid which occupies the entire space of the chloroplast is called as stroma. Then what is the importance of this granum and stroma if we talk about these two? Granum, it is the site of light reaction. If you want to remember this in a easy manner, then we have to remember LG company. You people know about LG company. Here L means light reaction, G means granum. Light reaction always takes place in the part granum. Okay, and what about the dark reaction? The dark reaction always takes place in stroma. ST card, memory card, you remember this. Stroma means dark reactions occurs, takes place inside the stroma. Means the stroma, it contains many enzymes which are responsible for the reactions takes place in the photosynthesis. That's why the stroma is also called as enzymatic site. The enzymatic site of chloroplast is stroma. Okay, and the granum. What is the importance of the granum? It contains pigments. Those pigments, not only one chlorophyll, many varieties of pigments, about 230 varieties of pigments are present inside each thylakoid. That pigments together called as quantazone. Quantazone. What is that? Quantazone means the about more pigments together form a molecule, a particle-like structure. That is called as quantazone. Okay, and these quantazones, they also form photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Photosystem 1 and photosystem pigments, they gather together and they form as photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. At what wavelength they are capable to trap the sunlight? Means at 700 nanometers, the chlorophyll A able to take more light. If we talk about photosystem 2, it is able to capture the light at 680 nanometers of wavelength light it is able to capture. Means inside the thylakoid, certain light harvesting complex are present. Light harvesting complex means the pigments which are capable to trap or capture the light are called as light harvesting centers or light harvesting complexes. It is not done by a single pigment. It is a combination of many pigments, and main role will be taken by, the primary role will be taken by the chlorophyll. Different types of chlorophyll, it just take the main role in harvesting, in trapping the sunlight. Okay. Along with these, the chloroplast also contains starch, and it also contains a circular DNA, a loop of circular DNA. As like mitochondria, the chloroplast also contain a loop of DNA, means it is semi-autonomous. The chloroplast is semi-autonomous in nature. Okay, if we talk about other substances present in the chloroplast, that is, this one also contains ribosomes, belongs to 70S. The chloroplast also contains ribosomes. They belongs to 70S type, and they also contain lipid globules. Along with the ribosomes, the chloroplast also contain lipid globules. Okay, lipid globules. And this chlorophyll, whenever we talk about the chlorophyll, we may remember another kind of pigments which is present in our blood, that is hemoglobin. What is that hemoglobin? We all know that it is a red color pigment which supplies oxygen entire our body. Means it supplies the oxygen throughout our body, and it contains a molecule of iron. Instead of that, the chlorophyll contains one molecule of magnesium. That is the only difference between hemoglobin and chlorophyll. Both are color giving pigments. The hemoglobin able to give red color, chlorophyll able to give green color. The only difference, the structure is similar. Means the chlorophyll structure and hemoglobin structure is similar. The only difference is chlorophyll contains magnesium, hemoglobin contains iron. That is the difference. Okay, if we talk about what is the function of this chloroplast. The function of chloroplast is it involves mainly in photosynthesis. The main function of chloroplast, it involves in the process of photosynthesis. Okay, what kind of events occurs in this chloroplast? We will discuss a few events occurs in the chloroplast. If we talk about the first one and the best one, that is conversion of light energy into chemical energy. They are capable to convert the light energy into chemical energy. That event occurs in the chloroplast. Another one, splitting of water molecule. It is the splitting of water molecule event also occurs in the chloroplast. Another event, that is the reduction of carbon dioxide. Reduction of carbon dioxide into carbohydrate. Reduction of carbon dioxide into carbohydrate. These are the main events occurs inside the chloroplast. Okay, along with that, here we also discuss about what is light reaction and what is dark reaction. For most of the reactions which takes place inside the chloroplast, they need light. To initiate a reaction, to initiate an event in chloroplast, they need light. Okay, the reactions which takes place in the presence, only in the presence of light, those are called as light reactions. And they occurs in the grana. Light reaction occurs in the grana, takes place in the grana. If we talk about dark reaction, the reactions or events which are capable to undergo in the absence of light or in the presence of light. There is no dependence on light. That's why such kind of reactions are called as dark reactions or light independent reactions. Light reactions also called as light dependent reactions, and dark reactions also called as light independent reaction. There is no means such kind of reactions, they won't depend on the presence or absence of light. Okay, do you understand about this? The chloroplast, once again you recall it. The chloroplast is a membranous structure. It is made up of three membranes: outer membrane, middle membrane and inner membrane. The outer membrane is made up of less proteins and it is permeable. It allows everything. If we talk about inner membrane, the inner membrane is made up of more proteins and it is selectively permeable. Okay, if along with that, the inner membrane also able to produce some vacuum-like structures. This vacuum-like structure is called as stroma lamellae. Stroma lamellae. And at the same time, the chloroplast is dimorphic in form. The chloroplast is dimorphic in form. What is meant by dimorphic? Dimorphic means it is available in two forms. The chloroplast is available in two forms. One is granular chloroplast, another one is agranular chloroplast. Granular chloroplast, the name itself indicating that it contains stroma lamellae along with grana. That is granular chloroplast. If we talk about agranular chloroplast, here it contains stroma and stroma lamellae, and in the agranular chloroplast we are unable to see the granum. That is the main difference. Okay. Certain organisms, they may contain granular chloroplast and certain organisms they may contain agranular chloroplast. Okay, like that means in certain parts, depending on the function, not in the organisms, depending on the function done by a part of a plant, they may contain more number of agranular chloroplast and some other parts may contain more number of agranular chloroplast. Okay, and this chloroplast also contains starch molecules and a loop of DNA, ribosomes which belongs to 7ds, and they also contain lipid globules. Okay, this is about the relationship between chlorophyll and photosynthesis. In the next session, we are going to discuss about the mechanism of photosynthesis.